Hey guys, it's Jessica. Today we're gonna do an anti-haul wish list type video, but we're gonna focus on the stuff that's come out for holidays. Now, I'm not going to mention gift set type things, value sets, because I have a separate video planned for that will be up very, very soon. So stay tuned. We're gonna talk about some of the newer releases that have come out here in November. Some of them are just new releases in November, and some of them are holiday focused limited edition items. So it's kind of a mix, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But I have some items I'm thinking about buying and some that I know I'm not gonna buy for one reason or another. I did wanna let you know that this video is sponsored by ShopTagr. I've worked with them for a long time. This is a free online tool. It's also an app that you can use to save money while you're shopping online. The perfect example of how I've used this, and I've gotten so many questions from you guys after the fact because you've wanted to download it and you couldn't remember the name. It's called ShopTagr, and you may know that in the past year I've fallen in love with Sephora Pro brushes, but they're expensive. Like each brush, some of them are 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. They get pricey, but I love them. I saved a few of them to my ShopTagr account recently, and one of them recently went on sale for like, I think more than 50% off. So I finally bit the bullet and bought it, but I wouldn't have known that it was on sale because I'm not regularly checking that one item. But what's amazing is that I got a notification from ShopTagr that that item was on sale. So it was perfect because then I could add it to my cart and go ahead and buy it, and I knew that I was getting a way better deal than I obviously would have if it was just full price. It's one of those tools, it's so easy to use, it's free, why wouldn't you use it? What you do is go to shoptagr.com and you download their browser button, and this will basically allow it so that when you're on your favorite store's site and you see an item that you want to save, you can click the little button that will pop up on the side. It'll save that item. You can edit some of the notification preferences, and I have mine organized into two different lists. I have my old favorites, which are products that I typically repurchase over and over again, that if I can get a notification that they're on sale, that's amazing. That'd be a good time for me to stock up. And then I also have my wish list items, which are obviously things I'm thinking about buying. And that's where I had saved that one Sephora Pro brush that I got the notification that it was on sale. It was amazing. So another new feature is that now when you're checking out, it will pop up and let you know if there are any coupon codes you can try with your order, which I think is really, really cool. It's kind of an all-in-one tool. And of course, as I mentioned, they do have a ShopTagr app you can download. It's really, really easy to use. I love it. That's how I add a lot of my items. With the mobile app, you can get notified by push notification if something you've saved goes on sale. So they're also doing a $500 giveaway. So if you already have a ShopTagr account, or if you're signing up today with the link down in the description box, you'll be automatically entered if you save at least 2 items between now and November 22nd. They'll pick the winner on November 22nd and notify you via email directly if you are the winner. So good luck. Like I said, if you're interested in trying out ShopTagr, I have a link down in the description box. Thank you, ShopTagr, for supporting my channel and for being a tool that I actually use in my own life, which is awesome. So let's get into my anti-haul and wish list. All right, first thing, I was doing a little bit of research for this video and planning it, obviously. And so I have everything over on my computer, so if I'm looking off that way, that's why. So Benefit Cosmetics released this World of Blushes mini cheek palette. It's $35 at Ulta, and it's so cute. And here's the thing, I'm not big into blush palettes, so it kind of surprised me that this caught my eye as much as it did. So it has the Dandelion blush shade, which is pretty light. I use it more as like a blush topper type thing. Although if you're really fair, it can be a really nice suave of like light pink. Then it's got Rockateur, California, and Huda. I've never tried California. I remember not loving Rockateur years ago, but I'd be curious to try it again. My blush likes have changed. I used to not really like shimmery blushes, and now I'm kind of into them. So anyway, and then it's got the Huda bronzer as well. So I just think that's so cool. They are mini, so you're not getting the full size of each. But considering each one is around $30, if you've never tried any, or maybe you've just tried one and you like the formula, I do, I think that's just cool and unique. And I don't know, that's one I've got my eye on. So I saw on Sephora's new releases section of their site that they have a Laneige lip sleeping mask, which though I love that stuff, I use it every single night, but they have a mint Choco scent or flavor or whatever you want to call it. And it's in this beautiful like teal little pot, and I'm probably going to buy that one for myself because I just feel like first of all, I just love mint smelling things, especially for lips, but it's also one of my favorite formulas, and I love the color, like everything all in one. It's screaming my name. So that's one I'm thinking about. I honestly used to use the lip sleeping mask day and night. I'm now using the lip glowy balms more during the day if I'm gonna reach for something like that, and then just using the sleeping masks at night. but they're just so moisturizing and thick. And when you wake up, I feel like my lips are so moisturized and they just feel so rejuvenated. All right, I need you guys to talk me out of this next one. So it's from Pat McGrath, so you already know it's expensive, but it is her Chroma Luxe Highlight Cream Highlighter. It's $30. There are 2 different shades. I was leaning towards the pale gold shade. The other one said it was like more bluish toned. I don't know. The reviews are mixed, and that's why I'm like, maybe don't, Jessica. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, but I'm so curious. I love cream highlighters. I like the idea that it's kind of in a tube, which is really cool. And I don't need it. I'm probably not going to buy it. I think this is me talking myself out. I'm probably not going to because I really, really don't need it. But maybe. So the next product I may buy, because it screams my name, is the Kosas Wet Lip Oil Gloss. It retails for $27. There are 5 different shades. I was looking at the lighter 2 shades, maybe the second shade up. So first of all, I liked the packaging, like with the light blue lid. I don't know why, but I just liked it. But let me read the description because that's what kind of sealed the deal for me. It says it's a hybrid lip treatment and gloss packed with peptides that will plump and hydrate, and gives a juicy slick of color. So it's got hyaluronic acid, peptides, evening primrose oil, maintains the plumpness, protects against the environment. I just think that sounds awesome. So that's something that I'm like, do I need another gloss or lip product? No. But I feel like that would be something I would love, and it sounds like it'd actually be decent for my lips, so I could just keep it in my purse and use it all the time. That one's very high on my list. All right, this one I need you to also talk me out of. It's $75. I think I'm already talking myself out of it, but I'm like, I go back and forth. I literally had this one in my anti-haul because I thought, no, Jessica. But then I moved it into my Wishlist little folder of screenshots I took. And I moved it to Wishlist because I was like, okay, here's the deal. I am very split about Charlotte Tilbury shadows. I love that Pillow Talk quad, not the one that's like the pops of like where it's all glitter, the traditional Pillow Talk eyeshadow quad. I love that stuff. I brought it with me to Europe for 2 weeks. I used it almost every single day. I just think that all 4 of them are so beautiful. But the problem is I've tried another one of her quads and I didn't really like it. So I'm like, do I really want to invest $75 in a palette where it's going to be hit or miss for me? But then I'm like, but if the palette is like the Pillow Talk one, then I will totally love it. And the shadows look like ones I would use. There's like a pale blue in there that I don't know that I would get as much use out of, but the rest of them, like the greens, I could dip into a little bit. Obviously the neutrals, the pink, I'm wishy-washy on depending on the day. I like that there's a deep dark color in there I could use as a liner, but I don't need it. I'm gonna let that one marinate, and I guarantee you if I don't buy it, the holidays will pass and I will move on and I won't think about it ever again. So that's probably a good reason to not buy it. All right, let's move into products that are on my anti-haul list that I'm definitely not gonna buy. So the Colourpop Midnight Masquerade palette. It might surprise you that I'm not, because I think it's Disney, right? And they came out with all these other cute things, and I've had my eye on some of them, but I never bit the bullet. And I know that so many people are like, oh, Jessica, you certainly should try the whole line. And for all I know, I have some PR boxes here, and Colourpop will not remove me from their list. I don't know what else to do. Colourpop, if you're watching, please. I've tried to contact everyone. Take me off your list. I need to like send these back. So I for all I know, I might actually have that, and I haven't opened the box. But the color story of this Midnight Masquerade is a little much for me. It's pretty to look at, and I feel, looking at the colors together, it looks really pretty, but I know myself, I would use about 3 shades there. And so that, I try to be better about when I look at a palette. If I'm really only eyeing a few shades and the rest wouldn't get any use, then it's not worth the money. If you break it down like cost per shadow, I wouldn't get enough use out of it. So for me, cost per shadow wise, this would not do it. If you like colors though, I mean, it's beautiful, and I do like Colourpop shadows. Actually, most of the shadows I'm wearing today is from the Colourpop Double Entendre palette, and I love that. It's very neutral. The glitter you're seeing though is the Hourglass Scattered Light Shadow in Ray. I really like that too. All right, the next one I just want to talk about because it made me kind of giggle. So it's the Huda Beauty Fender Blender, cute. Dual-ended sponge and silicone eyeshadow brush. $15, not a crazy high price, but if you really think about what you're paying for, it's a sponge tip, as in the kind you get that would just come for free with like the old school CoverGirl type little eyeshadow quads. Keep that in mind. And then a silicone one, which I know for a fact you can buy a silicone-ended thing from e.l.f. for like $1. And actually, I think you can buy a long-handled sponge tip one for like $1 from e.l.f. If I can find those, I'll link them if you're interested. So it's got a super soft silicone tip thing That's good for creamy, metallic, and glitter shadows. And then it's got the sponge tip that you can use to do like smudgy lines. Yes, absolutely. And that's how you can use those. But to pay $15 for it just seems a little like crazy to me, like I said, when I know you can find it for really cheap. So that's all. I just think it's kind of funny. I was like, well, it's definitely not something I'm interested in anyway, but figured I'd throw it out there. If you were eyeing it, you might think about just buying the e.l.f. ones. Even if the e.l.f. ones are slightly not as good as this, I mean, the difference between paying $1 each for those and $15, that's a pretty big difference. Just saying. Another thing I'm not buying is the Marc Jacobs Beauty Highliner Liquid Gel Eyeliner. It comes in a few shades, but it's $27. There are just certain makeup items that I don't think you have to buy high-end, and liquid liner is something that the drugstore does very, very well. And I just think $27 is awfully steep. Now, it is Marc Jacobs, and all of their stuff is more expensive. So it's not, I'm not just knocking Marc Jacobs, but just generally, if you were eyeing it, you might think about trying drugstore versions, unless you just love Marc Jacobs or have a gift card, or you're just super wealthy and you just want to throw money at, I don't know. You could even get, if you wanted to buy a high-end one, the Stila Stay All Day one is really good, and that one's around $20. So you can still save $7 and buy a high-end version. So that was one thing. The packaging is pretty with the like kind of chrome looking thing. Marc Jacobs, I think most of their packaging is very pretty. My drugstore favorites, like what I use today is the, say it with me, Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick Liquid Liner. It's my favorite. Next one, I feel like I'm throwing Huda Beauty under the bus. I don't mean to. And actually, I just bought a Huda Beauty, the nude light little eyeshadow palette. So it's not that I don't like the brand. To be honest, I really haven't tried a lot from the brand. Mercury Retrograde eyeshadow palette, $67. That's a lot for a palette. Now, it does come with a lot of shades, but to be honest, when I first saw like the image on, I don't know, somewhere on Instagram, it's just so pastel, and I thought it was a weird thing to launch here in the winter. Well, I guess fall into winter. Winter can sometimes be more pastel, but it seems like a spring palette to me, but that's just my own personal thing. But I just knew, again, the same rule as I was saying before, I would hardly use any of the shades in that. And so if you're eyeing it only because it's new and you like having the new latest and greatest, if you really are honest with yourself when you look at it, I mean, I don't know. I think some people look gorgeous with pastel eyeshadows. Some people would really get a lot of use out of that. And if that's you, go for it. But almost $70 for that palette as well. You can get palettes like that from Colourpop, I am sure, for way cheaper and probably similar quality. Colourpop eyeshadows really are good. They blend easily. They're usually super pigmented. That's a lot of money for eyeshadow, you guys. Unless you're going to use it every single day, I don't think it would ever be worth it. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, if you're interested in checking out ShopTagr, it's totally free and you want to enter the $500 giveaway. All of the information for that and the link to download ShopTagr is down below. I probably will not do another anti-haul wishlist video until January. I think that'll be a great time to really think about what new things have been released for the new year and thinking about our purchasing decisions. Like I've said before, these videos are helpful for me to do because a lot of times, even my wish list items, I'll talk myself out of them. The more I talk about it out loud, the more I realize, I don't really need it, or there's something better out there for cheaper, etc. So like I said, I hope you enjoyed the video and I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.